What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to the Spec Op 23 finale. In this very video, we will finish the task list and recruit Crystal. So let's go ahead and get started where we last left off, on the 36-hour research. So now that the Manic De-Amplifier has finished, we're going to get that as well as an experience reward. It's 200 XP, which can now actually be used for level 300, so at least we have that going for us. And then moving on to task number 22, we have to use the Unrefined Echo Tech Blaster, the Unrefined Psychotic Blade, and the Manic De-Amplifier in combat. So just to edit the clips where we use this item, otherwise we wouldn't be able to fit everything in. And then while we take a look at that, I do want to mention a tip I've been given multiple times, and so I will pass it on to you. Anytime you have a task like this, you can equip them and use them in a sim. This should even work in a boss challenge, or I'm assuming in practice PvP. So that's if you're really against spending any energy whatsoever. Otherwise, you can complete this in any mission you happen to be running, whether you're leveling heroes or trying to get CP. For me, I believe I was in Season 2, Chapter 4, Mission 4. I run this mission because I'm still trying to get Heimdall's E-ISO, the Halting and Powered ISO 8. And also, I still need the boss weapon, the Crypto Zootoxinator. But anyways, here comes the final weapon that we have to use in combat for this task. The Unrefined Psychotic Blade. I'm hoping to build some of the normal versions of these weapons, but you will need quite a bit of mad tech first. And here we are with task number 22 complete, so we only have 3 more to go. For this one, we only gained 200 XP, and now we get to move on to task number 23. In her element, 23 of 25, defeat Maximus the Mad. He is going to be the boss of Mission 3 in Spec Ops 23. So yeah, he was a bad guy the whole time, and who knew you couldn't trust someone named Maximus the Mad? I mean, if you can't trust someone with a name like that, then who can you trust? But seriously, moving on to the fight itself, we are going to speed this one up because we're going to show the epic boss fight in its entirety. You'll probably need to run this mission at least twice because you're going to need 3 stars. That's just a little not so subtle foreshadowing of the next task. In this particular boss fight, you're going to be teamed up with Black Bolt, and I have to say he's a lot of fun since his refactor. I know it didn't seem like he was greatly changed, but he is much better. His passive alone is impressive, and then his level 9 is absolutely amazing. Just wait until you see the damage that it's capable of. It's not that they even added that much to it. The patch notes just say they added Brutal Strike, but having the help of his fellow Inhumans seems like it really improved him. So yes, I will definitely pair him up with his fellow Inhumans in PvP, and we're going to have to make several videos on them, that way we can get through all the team-ups. Right now I would say that Crystal's at the bottom of the list, and then maybe Medusa would be next. But as far as Gorgon, Karnak, and Black Bolt, I think they're all fairly good heroes. Oh, and we do have a power word coming up, so make sure you pay attention because it is sped up. If you pause at the right moment, this is what you're going to see. A 50k finish in PvE is very impressive, and it really helped our boss score as well. Also, there you have it, task number 23 is complete, and we gained 200 XP. Then we get to move on to task number 24. For this one, you're going to have to get 3 stars of mastery in all Spec Op 23 missions. So this one may take you a while, and of course it's going to cost you Unstable ISO 8. But skipping ahead, we do get our 3rd star on Mission 3, and that was the final one we needed. So now we've completed task number 24 and we gained 5,000 silver. At this point you've made it to the final task, and that's going to be to defeat the epic boss Thanos. Thanos is the epic boss in Mission 2 Insanity Defense. He is going to be accompanied by 4 mini-bosses, and the team up is going to be with Black Bolt. So let's go ahead and begin the fight and take a look at the opening dialogue. I see no one is interested in conversation. Of course, Black Bolt doesn't say anything. It is best. You may die attempting to capture Maximus from me, but at least I will not have to listen to you chatter while you do it. You know what? I agree with Thanos. Sometimes heroes just don't know when to shut up. But let's go ahead and get this started, and we're going to use Black Bolt with Karnak. As the fight gets underway, there are a few things I want to note about the epic boss. We mentioned that he appears in Mission 2, and you're going to need Hercules, Iceman, and Molly Hayes to deploy. Hercules is going to cost you 90 CP, the same goes for Molly, and then Iceman will cost 200 command points. So the total required if you don't have any of these heroes is going to be 380 CP. Then, like always, you're going to have to complete all the other deploys as well as all the threats, including the end boss fight. If you've done all of this correctly, the epic boss Thanos will appear on the map. In this battle, you should notice that the Inhumans, like I mentioned earlier, work very well together. So I for one love the team dynamic that has been added to the game, with the Uncanny X-Force, the Warriors 3, the Inhumans, and we can't forget the Guardians of the Galaxy. I only hope we get to see even more team-ups, such as the Thunderbolts in the future. But anyways, back to the battle. We are about to take Black Dwarf down with some counters. The Mercurial should do it, so that's going to be it for that mini-boss, and then after that, only Corvus Glaive remains. He is going to attack my agent, and before his second attack, Karnak's going to proc a Fracture Flaw. Now since Corvus only has 4,725 HP, on my agent's turn after using Quick Reflexes, I'm going to use the Light Fantastic to heal our team. Then with Karnak we can use his level 9 Shatter Strike, and that does have Fatal Blow. This means he'll definitely be able to finish off the final mini-boss of Wave 1. So now onto the epic boss wave itself. In this one we have to face Thanos along with Proxima Midnight and Supergiant. Supergiant is probably the most annoying of the mini-bosses, at least to me. But right away our agent nearly knocks out Proxima with a counter. Unfortunately she does live with a few hundred HP left. At this point apparently Thanos wants to get chatty, and he talks a little bit about Maximus, who we already found out was a traitor. Unfortunately for Thanos, after he imparts this knowledge on us, Black Bolt is going to one-shot him. That's right, Power Word is off of cooldown, so we're going to go ahead and use that on the epic boss. And it does 57,000 damage non-crit. Then after that, I'm going to use our Royal Flight on Proxima, and that way we gain Kree speed, plus he's going to call in Gorgon. That's a nice little bonus because Gorgon grants Royal Training to all allies, so he grants Rising Up to each ally at the beginning of their first turn every round. And Inhuman allies become immune to Dizzy, Exposed, Slowed, and Weakened. As far as Supergiant, our Blade of the Guardian is going to end her and this fight. So that's it for the final task of Spec Op 23. Of course, for completing this, you're going to get 1 CP, and the most important part, the newest Spec Op character, Crystal. So let's go ahead and take a look at her recruitment animation and her dialogue. At this point, we only need Hybrid and Nova, who we can't get yet. But hey, hopefully we get Hybrid very soon, and we are on pace to win Nova. Now as far as Crystal's dialogue, she says, gaining the support of the Inhuman royal family is no small feat. There was a time when our law would forbid it. Trust me, I know. Bending the law of Attilan is much more difficult than bending the elements. I'm glad to be here. Well, I'm happy she's happy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the epic boss roulette, and hopefully we can win that amplified rifle. After this, we're going to wrap up the video, but I do want to let you all know I have Crystal at level 7 because I ended up recruiting her early Tuesday, and so I will have a video on her very soon. In fact, she'll be in the next All Hail the King video, and it's going to feature the Masters of the Elements. So make sure you tune in for that, and if you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you can, leave a thumbs up and a comment. It really helps out the channel greatly. Lastly, I want to thank you all for watching and wish you the best of luck in Spec Ops 23. Then until next time, take care.